Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Girlfriends Knitting. I am Carolyn, also call Shirley on Plurk and Ravelry, and this is episode 24, and I'm going to call it Goodies because I have so many goodies this week, and I didn't buy most of them. Okay, first of all, no knitting FOs, but I think 4 last week was enough, don't you? I think I can get away with none this week. But I do have a spinning FO. Well, mostly FO. Because it is not washed, it is not blocked. Of course, neither were my knitting FOs last week. Fibery goodness. I've not been participating in Tour de Fleece this year. I may or may not next year. I'm still such a new spinner, and I know a lot of people are challenging themselves, but just spinning in general is enough of a challenge to me right now. As you can see, it's super crinkly. It will spin dramatically when I let go. So not balanced, way overspun. I'm hoping that a soak and thwacking will help quite a bit. But that is not to say that I'm not absolutely in love with it. It is Navajo plied, 252 yards of pretty much a worsted weight. It's going to be DK in some spots, maybe even thicker than worsted in some spots. It's very thick and thin. It's not consistent all the way throughout, but it's pretty consistent for me. And I love all the different colors. So let me tell you what this is. This is from Mountain Colors. Y'all have seen this before, Mountain Colors. It's the 100% Targee in 4 ounces in the Meadow colorway. And I got it at the Woolly U in Dallas for my birthday. So this is my birthday fiber. I'm kind of thinking of it as Mountain Meadows. And so it's going to go in the bath. I'll probably do a lot of bathing and thwacking and blocking this weekend because I have 2 pairs of socks to get blocked. As you'll see shortly, probably 3. And then I have also the Color Affection shawl. Nobody forget about our Color Affection now. And then I also have Zuzu's petals, which still isn't blocked. It's just so hot right now that I don't think, ooh, I'm going to want to wear this next week. So I don't stop and think, I need to block these so that I can wear them. So that's my FO for the week, and it's spinning. So it's in honor of Tour de Fleece, even though I did not participate in Tour de Fleece. Excuse me. Wet my whistle. So let's go to whips. Where's my Gemini? My whips are back here behind me. Stacy, who is the person who put together, it's called on my telephone, who put together the Racing Hearts sock pattern, the design layout of it, is peeking in at the door. Okay, so Gemini. Gotta get my head back in the game here. I love you, Amy. I love you, Megan. I love all them stocking knit zombie girls. I'm not loving the Gemini. Okay. It is a very pretty light pink color. I think it'll look okay on me. What do you think? As you can hopefully tell, I have made it past the lace section. Here, maybe if I turn it this way. I know it's just flopping all over the place. I made it past the lace section. I did not switch to size 6 needles. I was getting gauge with a 5, and I'm in between, when I measured, I'm in between the extra large and the large if I account for the 4 inches of negative ease, because I'm right below the measurement for the extra large. excuse me, the other way. I'm right above the measurement for extra large without the 4 inches of negative ease. So what they said to do is measure around your bust, subtract 4 inches, and then use that measurement to pick out your size. I tried that. And it puts me like right in the middle between the large and extra large. So I was scared that the large would be too tight. And I'd rather err on the side of too loose. Because especially when I thought, well, it's not going to be that loose. I could have probably gotten away with the large. This is really stretching. And it's really pretty. I'm not saying it's not pretty. I'm not saying that once it's done, I will not love it. Let me start off with the good news. I got new needles. Addi Turbo lace. So they are the sharper points. At Hank's Thursday night, I actually got to knit night for the first time in like 3 months. I love it. I laughed so hard. It was a great, great night. But that's the good news, is I got my size 5s Addi Turbo of the right length so that I'm no longer having to magic loop. So now it's all scrunched up on here. I'm almost at the point where I have to divide for sleeves, but I need a new ball of yarn and I just haven't wound it up yet. That's the good news. When I got to knit night Thursday, right after I recorded, well, that evening after I recorded last week, as you probably remember, I was somewhere around in here, you know, just a few inches into the lace. And I knit to the end of the lace, or so I thought. And then I noticed way back here, I had forgotten to do, no, excuse me, the first thing I noticed was I had skipped row 9. So as I'm continuing around and around, I noticed that there's a problem. And I just can't figure out what the problem is. And everybody at Knit Night's laughing at me because I can't count. And I'm a mathematician. And why can I not count? And finally, I just ripped it all back. So by the end of Knit Night, I had not done anything. Because everything I had done before I got there, I ripped back. Lesson learned. If you're doing lace, don't bring it to Knit Night where you're going to do more talking than knitting. That's lesson 1. Lesson 2. You have to think back on lace. You can't just rip. So then I started skipping the double yarn overs. I don't know why. I just did. So then I finally got tired of ripping back because I literally ripped back and started over 5 or 6 times. And I just stopped doing that. Luckily, I'm going to try and find them because I want to show y'all. I think I only have, yeah, here they are. They're both on the same sleeve, and they're pretty close together, but I have 2 mistakes. They're the exact same type of mistake, where I skipped a double yarn over. You see right there? So I improvised. And when I got to where there was supposed to have been a double yarn over on the row before, I would like pick up an extra stitch and kind of make one. And so instead of this nice pretty little ladder, you have kind of 3. And so there's one right there. This is the same sleeve. And one right there. And I'm just going to live with it. I don't want to rip this back out. I'm just living with it. It's not so noticeable that I care. And if one of y'all care, don't look at my sleeve. I'm done. Okay. Sorry about the ranting. New yarn will be wound up and attached, hopefully dividing for sleeves sometime next week. So that's this. It's been in timeout since last weekend when I finally got to this point. So that's the Gemini. Abalone that I am, oh, let me tell you the yarn. I forgot to mention the yarn. It's Cascades Ultra Prima Cotton, Hema Cotton in China Pink. So that's that. The second sweater that I'm working on 2 sweaters at the same time, kind of on and off, is my Abalone, which I love. Let me see if I can show you the picture. And I'm knitting that out of Barocco Bobbly yarn. And it's kind of all different colors of the rainbow. Pretty wild. I didn't bring it with me. It's hibernating because it's too hot. It's 105 degrees outside. And I've gotten to the top, so it's knit bottom up and I'm up at the shoulders. So this is laying on me like a lap blanket when I'm knitting on it. That's not going to happen right now. So, not working on Abalone at the moment. What I am working on in my gorgeous plover bird racing skeletons bag, is my own sock pattern design that I've shown you before. It's I'm calling it Wisteria Garden now. I called it Garden Basket before. The name keeps changing. So it reminds me of wisteria. And so you've got wisteria growing up a trellis, little basket stitch on the foot. And I'm writing up this pattern right now as I'm working on the second sock. And as you can see, I'm almost to the ribbing. I'm almost through the lace of the second sock. This is what I've been doing most of this week. And I've been taking pictures at each little intermediate step, and I'm going to include the pictures of each little intermediate step in the pattern. I'm going to write the pattern up and post it on Ravelry. So that should be happening in the next week, probably. So there is the Wisteria Garden socks. And this is made out of, I figured it out because I realized I ran out of yarn. A very cheap Joann Special yarn. Serenity Sock Weight, Premier Yarns, the Deborah Norville collection. For all of you yarn snobs, this is not going to be your yarn of choice. And it's in the chili colorway. There you go. But it's $3 at Joann's right now. And it is, where's my, 50% superwash merino, 25% bamboo, 25% nylon. It actually makes a pretty good sock. It's just a real hardy, wears really well sock. And it's cheap. And so right now, that's golden for me. So this is what I've been knitting out of. And I just loved the color. It just so reminded me of wisteria in the summer and the hot summer in the South. Makes me happy. So that's my other work in progress. And I think, I'm going to sit back here so I can undo it from the phone. I think that's all my works in progress right now. I'm going to be casting on some more plain Jane stripy socks. Yes, it's sweet tea. I'm sorry. After I finish with these, I'm just going to cast on some easy little stripy socks. Training. So let's go to fitness for a second, and then we'll come back to goodies, because we've got a lot of goodies to talk about today. I did train 2 days this week. I need to get that up to 4 to 5 days a week, but I did train 2 days this week, walked 30 minutes, ran 5. What I would do is I would run, like at the 5-minute mark, I'd run a minute, and then I would walk until the 10-minute mark, and at the 10-minute mark, I would run a minute, and so that's what I was doing. Warm up, cool down. So I would be on the treadmill in the gym because it's 105. Did I mention that it's 105? I'm not going outside. Air conditioning. Must have. That girl sweats too much. 105 degrees. I'm inside on the treadmill. And it's going great. I actually really like walking on the treadmill. But I know I'm going to need to practice on the road in preparation for the color run. So we're doing 5K, so let's talk for just a second. I didn't print out the new version. Racing Heart socks. The new version is up with the new gorgeous Desert Vista Dye Works yarn socks on it. If you haven't gotten the pattern yet, please do so. All the proceeds are going to the American Heart Association. And we are knitting these up as well as a knit along. And I'm going to put a board on Ravelry, but there's several people in the Girlfriends Knitting group that have been knitting these socks, and they look gorgeous. I can't say her name right. Xanthi Dragon? Sorry, I'm not saying your name right. Hers are finished. They're gorgeous. They're out of Outlast, Lauren's Laces Outlast. They match her running shoes. That's why she picked that. And she says they are great to run in. I have not yet run in mine. They're not blocked or anything yet, but I haven't run in mine yet. So there we go. Knit along. Also, we're doing our Color Affection shawls. I finished mine. I may or may not be starting a second one. Definitely going to be helping Mom out with hers if she hasn't been working on it. I don't know, Mom, have you been working on it? I'm looking at you. Have you been working on it? So don't forget about your Color Affection shawl if you haven't gotten that finished. You still got plenty of time, actually, because we're going to run the knit along all summer as our fall shawl. So we'll have it for the fall to wear. So that's what's going on there. Now, training. That's where I was supposed to be talking about. Heart run. I haven't signed up for the heart run yet. I'm going to try and sign up for the heart run in the area as well. But the run I have actually signed up for, I've paid my money, is for the color run. 12 weeks, 0 days, 19 hours, 57 minutes, and it was 0 seconds. 12 weeks. And I'm only up to 30 minutes walking. 12 weeks. The ease into 5K, I love it. Last week I just didn't do that or this week I didn't do that because I knew that I was only going to be able to work out twice. I do still teach online, even though I'm doing research. It's my full-time job now. And I had to give online exams, so I have to go sit and proctor. Lots of knitting time. That's why the socks have gotten as far as they did. But not a lot of training time because I'm not getting home until 9 or 10 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted by then. So that's why I knew I was only going to get 2 days in this week. I should easily be able to get 4 days in next week, if not 5. And so next week I'll go back into the Ease Into 5K, and I really like that program. 12 weeks. I'm nervous. Okay, so I hope y'all are all training or cheering us on, those of us who are training. I know you are. Thank you very much. And I will get to working on that. But I really want to talk about my goodies. So my first goodies is this weekend, while I was being all bummed, I started watching my own little Wolfe Farms marathon. And because I didn't catch Wolfe Farms at the beginning. I caught it somewhere like in January is when I started watching Dawn and James on Wolfe Farms. So I hadn't yet placed an order with them. But I do, like Dawn, have super sensitive skin. As a matter of fact, wrong side. You can probably see the little red marks. That's from just my hair rubbing against my skin. So I ordered from Wolfe Farms, and I just love bath goodies. So I ordered, you can't see it because of the plastic, but I ordered the sampler pack. So we've got lavender and cinnamon, apple crisp, cucumber melon's the one I pulled out and used this morning. It's awesome. Fresh cut roses, honeysuckle. Can't wait to try that one. Opened it up, and Stacy and Carla snagged one each, which is fine. I offered it to them. So, Dawn, you may be having lots of Mississippi buyers. And Dawn was so sweet. She wrote me a little note. Y'all can't see it. There you go. There's a little note. Then I ordered a full bar of peach. To hatch a peach. And it is opened enough where I can smell it. I just sit here and smell it. It's so good. I also got a little sampler of the watermelon. And I so understand why that's Dawn's favorite. It smells awesome. Carla stole it. I'm going to have to go buy her a full bar of the watermelon. I got some Ha ha ha. I got a little sampler of Tehacha Peach Lotion. Dawn was just so generous. My magnet, which will be going on my refrigerator. I'm going to hide the code. I got a coupon, which will be used probably in the next week. I've already been planning my next order. And then, because she is so sweet, Dawn and I have matching chihuahuas. I don't know how that happened. Knit Nerd and I have matching cats. Don't know how that happened. I seem to have animals just like other knitters. But if you've seen Fuji on Dawn's podcast, she's a girl. I have a little boy chihuahua that looks exactly like Fuji, named Pig. You may have even seen him on my podcast with Richard, when he's the dog that Richard knit a scarf for. She sent Pig some treats. So I told Pig last night that he has a girlfriend named Fuji in California, and she sent him treats. Thanks, Dawn. I can't wait to go home and give Pig his treats. He's going to flip out. And she did say, if you'd seen her latest episode, Fuji had gotten sick. These are Dawn-approved treats made in the USA. So I can't wait to share those with Pig. So those are my first goodies. My second goodie is, for the first time ever in my knitting career, my super ninja skills were working. And I caught the loop bat update. My very first loop bats. And so I got two. I couldn't just skip one. It was the very first loop bat update I caught. So let me start off with the first one that I stuck in my cart. And I would stick in the cart, buy it, and then go back. I got the non-sparkle strawberry patch. This is one of Dawn's new repeatable, I'm still stuck on Wolfe Farms, Steph's repeatable colorways. And it's just 100% merino. It's greater than 5 ounces. And like I said, it's in the strawberry patch. You may be able to see it better here. So it's got the green, the pink, the blue, sort of an olivey color, and then a burgundy on the outside. I love it. But it's not my favorite. I love it. But of the two, it'll be the second one. Because I'm pink obsessed. You will see that shortly, that I'm obsessed with pink. What's this one called? Girl Guide. Did you see that pink? It's got the purple and the pink and a burgundy and the green and a light purple. And sparkles. I'm in love with it. Okay, so this has got all kind of stuff. It's called Girl Guide, and it's merino, Corriedale, nylon, Angelina, and it's 4.8 ounces. This will go on my wheel soon because my wheel's empty. I'm so excited. So I got that. The next thing was a sweet, sweet gift from Talia, who is fransicangypsy. She has the Nurse with Needles podcast, and she sent me a Comforting Hearts shawl, and I have the perfect yarn for this, that I've actually been waiting to see what I would do with this. And I'm not giving too much away. May have given away a little bit of the first few rows. But anyway, this is the Comforting Hearts shawl by Grace Yaskovic. And she said that she just wanted to thank me for doing stuff for the American Heart Association, and so she was passing that along to me. And so thank you so much, Talia. That was so sweet of you. Like I said, she has the Nurse with Needles podcast, which I think is a clever name. And I don't know if her mother is going to be a regular feature or not. The few episodes I've seen, her mother was on there, and her mother and hers interactions are just too cute. They are hilarious together. So check that out if you haven't done that. But there's more. I know that's becoming the theme of the podcast. But wait, there's more. So while I was at Hank's, I couldn't just buy needles. And Hank's is my local yarn shop. I couldn't just buy needles. So I knew that I had a swap package coming up, and I won't say who this is for. But this is for my last Knit Girl's Afghan Square swap. It's Froggetry Utopia, and it's kind of like a marl with a darker pink and a lighter pink. And I got 2 balls of that for that Afghan Square, because she wanted pink. Pink was one of the color choices. Then I got, because I've been eyeing this over and over, and I finally just said, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's Ella Rae Lace Merino. It's color 111. I don't know what actual color name that is, or if there is one. And it's teals and blues and greens, and I just pet it. It's so soft. That's all I want to do. I don't want to even knit it. I just want to pet it. So that's what I bought. Well, then I went to the Hanks yesterday. I didn't have a chance to go for knit night because of all of the test giving. Excuse me. But I did have about an hour to spare where I could go and hang out and knit before I headed over to go give the exam. And I got to looking at my discount card, where it's a club card. If you buy so much yarn, you get so much free. And I had reached that point. Stacy's man is coming. And so I got 3 things for free. First of all, I got some Namaste bags. Pink. Can you see the theme? Pink is the theme. I love them. One of my swap partners had given me the little one. So now I have 2 little ones and then the 2 bigger ones. So I can't wait. Then more pink. Hot pink. I love it. This will be socks for me. I've got to find the perfect sock pattern. If anybody wants to suggest a perfect sock pattern, I did favorite a few, so you can go look and see what I favorited. But I'm also not only pink obsessed, but Malabrigo obsessed. And so this is Malabrigo Light of Love sock yarn. Malabrigo sock. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I have a window on that side of the office. Maybe I'll show y'all in a minute. Then I have more Malabrigo. And this is Oceanos. And it's Malabrigo worsted. And it looks like a single ply. And it just looked like blue jeans to me. And I love blue jeans. So this is going to become something cool, probably for Amy. Probably a hat. I'm so excited. So I didn't even have to pay for those. I know. Then, as I mentioned earlier, I ran out of yarn for the second sock. So I got more lovely cheap stripy pink socks and crazy stripy socks. I just couldn't resist. At $3 skein, so it takes $6 to make a sock. Pair of socks. Oh yeah. I've got really awesome sock yarn too, but yarn whore. What can I say? All right. Well, that's it for all of the goodies. I know there is a lot. I'm just. But let me turn the computer around. I will try to not make it too crazy, because somebody said, well, the wall that we saw looked nice. Then that wall looked lovely. That was Stacy's honey leaving. Stacy may come to the door here in just a second. So I have a window and a door. And there you go. There's the other side of my office. With all of the bright fluorescent lighting that probably makes the podcast annoying to watch. It makes my nose look like I have a light right down the center of it. All the little yellow tags on the walls are for them to hang the pictures. And the physical plant guys just haven't made it over to hang the pictures yet. Okay. Really long episode this week. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching. If you're new, check out our Ravelry group, Girlfriends Knitting on Ravelry. If you're returning, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.